To Gaza now, where health officials say a baby girl died from exposure after a winter storm sent temperatures plunging and flooded camps housing hundreds of thousands of displaced Palestinians. People were already living in harsh conditions after 2 years of war. Now the tents that shelter them have been inundated, soaking their mattresses, clothes, and food supplies. Mohammed Ibrahim and Tanya Kramer have this report.
Ibtisam Al-Daho is tired from trying to keep the water out of her family's tent. This winter storm is making an already miserable situation in western Gaza City even worse.
It has been raining on us all night. We have not slept at all, and we are still here using buckets to scoop out the water. Everything is flooded, and my children are surrounded by water. We are dying from the cold. We have no idea what to do. The place we are staying has turned into a pool. We are sitting here while the rain continues to pour on us.
Being wet makes keeping warm difficult. This family of 6 from northern Gaza has been displaced over 20 times in the past 2 years. Their house has been destroyed and they have nowhere to go but a tent.
I keep trying to find somewhere safe, but I can't find any place where I can keep my children away from the water and danger. And I don't know what to do. The situation in Gaza is very tough, and honestly, we don't know what we're supposed to do. A person is just terrified for his children.
2 years of war have displaced most of Gaza's residents and devastated the small territory. Most people have seen little, if any, improvement in their lives in the 2 months of ceasefire. Aid groups say Israel is not allowing the amount of supplies into Gaza stipulated by the ceasefire agreement. Israel disputes this, and ordinary people are caught in the middle.
I am calling on all Arab nations, calling on donor countries outside to intervene as quickly as possible to solve Gaza's crisis, to bring us caravans, proper tents to keep us warm, and fuel so that we can have some heat. I am not upset for myself. I am heartbroken for my little children.
There's also not much support from Hamas, the militant group that still controls parts of Gaza. Miasa Jadallah says she doesn't want to beg for aid, but feels abandoned.
No one has helped us, and we do not know of any faction or group that we could turn to.
No one has helped us. I asked if there was somewhere we could go, but no one provided any place for us. There are no tents. We do not know what to do or where to go. Just as you see.
This is only the beginning of winter. The ceasefire process has stalled. The people here are seeing little progress and have been left to fend for themselves.
We can now get more information about the situation in Gaza from UNICEF's Jonathan Criggs. He joins us from Al-Mawasi in Gaza. Jonathan, good to see you again. Let's pick up where that report ended. How much are people in Gaza really being left to fend for themselves?
I mean, it's absolutely catastrophic situation. I was among the displaced people in the past 2 days, and clearly the situation, I mean, we have seen on the images, the tents are completely flooded. Children, I mean, I met 10 or 15 children yesterday morning, and, you know, most of them were having obvious signs of being ill or sick, you know, runny nose, sore throats, etc. The situation is extremely complicated, and we are very, very concerned to see the appearance and the spreading of waterborne diseases, for example. We have seen a spike in the number of acute watery diarrhea. Now, UNICEF is bringing a lot of supplies with its partners. We have brought, for example, 250,000 of winter clothes. We brought 600,000 blankets, but this is far from being enough, and we need to be able to bring more because, as you can see on the images, you have still many people who are really trying to cope with the situation.
Mm-hmm. Relief agencies are actually saying that not enough aid is getting to those most in need. It sounds like you agree with them, but Israel disputes that. Why is the situation the way it is right now? Who is right? What needs to change?
So what we have seen since the beginning of the ceasefire is an improvement. Since the beginning of the ceasefire, all UN agencies have been able to bring a little bit more. But when you see the images, when you see that 80% of almost every habitation, housing, etc., has been damaged or destroyed, when you see how many people, 1.5 million people, are in need of humanitarian aid, this is still not enough. So we're calling to make sure that all the entry points inside the Gaza Strip are open, that the flow can even be further increased, and that all items that are needed by the people on the ground is allowed in. And so, because, you know, there is one thing which is for sure, is that when you see the images that we see for the moment, it's obviously not enough.
Especially now that Gazans are faced with this flooding, what is needed most in the territory?
So what is really needed is to have an increase of shelter, of tents. That is really an important aspect. We need to have also additional winter clothes that can be distributed among the people, especially for the children, because, you know, you were mentioning at the beginning of this report a young baby who reportedly died the night before last. And we also have reports here that another baby has reportedly died from the weather conditions, from this terrible cold and rain. So these are the things which are immediately needed, but we need to be also able to rebuild this place. We need to be able to bring in the supplies which are allowing, for example, to restore the sewage system. You know, I've been in the north of Gaza the day before yesterday, and clearly you could see many places with open air sewage. And, you know, this is a terrible, terrible recipe for the appearance and spreading of diseases. And this is what we are extremely concerned with.
Jonathan Crakes with UNICEF in Gaza, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you very much.